What's up, everybody? You got Dr. Morel here, and this is my first live on YouTube. I've been asked too many times to do this by way too many people, and it is just time to give the people what they want. So, what I'm hoping to bring to you all is a deep understanding of how the brain works. Certainly, my background is in psychiatry and mental health, and psychology, and also biology, which would be undergrad. So, really, just taking thoughts and beliefs, actions. Why does it do those things? The brain, that is. So, neuroscience, people often can refer to me as the ADHD friendly Andrew Huberman, which means we talk about a lot of the same stuff. I'm probably a little bit more on the the crazy side that he is. Totally fine though. Respect what he's doing, and also an inspiration for me to do this because I see a lot of people that I look up to are also jumping on these channels and trying to share good information in times when it is very, very difficult to find. Now, that being said, I also have this dream of being able to do, mindset coaching or therapy for people live. So if anybody has any questions, that I would be able to answer those as they are coming in. And I think that that would be a great idea, given this the lay of the land is not everybody can afford therapy, dog. It is rather expensive to see me at my personal practice because I don't accept insurance, and there's a bunch of drama going on right now about the insurance game anyway. When people are sort of waking up to the malarkey, ah, that is unfortunately the modern healthcare system. So I'm no stranger to that. I'm sure you're not either. In general, right now, we are streaming zero people. I don't care though. The main thing was for me to at least crack the egg on this and start getting some movement and some action. Eventually, I hope to have, you know, dozens, if not if hundreds of people who are able to connect and grow and to share on how we can improve our own lives and sort of at least get some tangible understanding of what is it that we need to do to start living the old life of our dreams, or whatever those people say. You'll notice that I'm in a sauna. That is because we are live at the Lit Clinic. That is my clinic that I created, where I see people one on one. But I love that, to be honest. Is my favorite thing to do. However, this is the modern era. Okay, the people, they're out there. They want the information. They want the litness, right? Hence the name of my brand, Lit, which is lifestyle integrated therapy, which is my own creation. When I thought, okay, well, I'm going to sit down and map out a system that actually works, given the best things that I could find in my experiences with sports and helping the very successful athletes and the psychology in that and the physical training in that, biology, which means like what is life and how does it work, keeping all of those things at the core of it. And then say finally, psychotherapy and spirituality and psychology, which I studied in psychiatry training, but also in a lot on my own. I did not rely just on on the system for that. I went out and sought my own answers because they do have limitations on what they're trying to offer, obviously. So the core things I love there: positive psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, narrative psychology, all the best stuff that I could possibly deliver to the good people who would essentially just be me, but younger is how I'd like to speak. Is what is the words that I would have needed going through my uh, craziness there? Some PTSD, some trauma, some ADHD. I'm self managed and medicated. Thanks for so well. I'm certainly limping across the finish line, but the new life is a lot better where we can sort of explode through and actually feel present and enjoyable and happy with what we are doing. Anyways, covering the psychology, covering everything going into life, which is essentially, what I'm trying to get at is brain health, that the brain is generating all of this stuff around you. Okay. So if you're having like symptoms, anxiety, or you're impulsive or poor concentration, or relationships are hard to do, or you just feel tired, brain fog, poor memory, spacing out. I was subject to certainly all of those as well. So we have to address that thing that is creating those first. Don't go diagnosing, okay, until we fix at least a couple of things with the brain. So, brain health is a huge thing that we do here, which means, are you sleeping right? Right? This thing is very sensitive. If you haven't slept, it can't reprogram, so it's all over the place. Two, are you moving your body and exercising? It is limited by cerebral blood flow. If there's no blood flow getting to the brain, there's not any watts getting to the light bulb. So it's real dim, aka your consciousness is going to be real dim and short sighted. Right. So sleep, exercise helps you boost that up. Nutrition, which means that if it doesn't have what it needs to function, it's not going to freaking function, dude. Duh. Um, so sleep, exercise, relationships, right? We are not just us. We are becoming the people who we hang out with to some capacity. So we had better be pretty intelligent about how we're going about that process and making sure that our relationships are dialed in because that's going to determine not just our quality of life now. Like if you're with cool people, it's ridiculous to have to explain this, but we are social creatures. If you're hanging out with cool people, man, you'll feel awesome. If you're hanging out with duds and boring people, pretty simple. You just want to get out of there quickly. And the same thing is true for life. If we zoom out, people with great relationships live longer. Straight up, having bad relationships or having no relationships is worse than smoking 15 cigarettes per day, from what I've seen. So isolation and then having bad people around you, nothing. Finally, spirituality. I know that's a weird one for a lot of people, and I do certainly do a lot with like religious trauma. But truly, just how do you connect to yourself and reality and the environment around you? What's your relationship with this thing that we call life? So I don't really focus on religion too much because there's a lot of trauma there, a lot of fears, a lot of weird stuff going on. I do focus a lot on the relationship. What is the relationship that you have with you? What is the relationship you have with your life? And how do you work with it? How do you develop it? How do you listen to it? How do you talk to it to try to get better and better and better results? If that's an abusive relationship and you think reality sucks, um, you know, why would it help you out? You can think about this reality as a mirror. It's going to treat you how you treat it. So if you treat it like awesome, loving, kind, thumbs up, big energy, yo, freaking is going to hit you back with that, right? Those who freely give are given freely unto, right? If you're limited and afraid and fearful, you know, it's gonna turn into that. All you're gonna see is bills and bad times. So, anyways, there's a brief overview of what we're trying to attack here, or address rather, is that lifestyle integrated therapy. We are after enhancing your brain health, that is mental health, your lifestyle, which means what are we doing on the day to day, making sure you're doing things you absolutely love, and finally your performance. If you're doing those things and your brain's healthy, you're gonna ball and to hit peak states of existence. That is what we were after, baby. Looks like my phone is overheating. This is sauna session number one with Dr. Morel. Feel free to drop in the comments, subscribe, like, do all that crap that everybody always has to do. Ultimately, just building a badass community. Crips will be coming. More knowledge will be coming. Later, y'all.